Today we're taking a look at these college basketball matches, which are happening on Sunday, March 12, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and make sure to watch it till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Also check out our Patreon if you want access our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link in description and comments section below. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. In that second matchup, Princeton couldn't hold on to an 8-point lead at the half. That was their only loss at home this season, and revenge will be sweet. These are two pretty even teams who both go to the boards, but this game is played in Princeton, New Jersey, which is a big advantage for Princeton, even though Yale is the number 1 seed. The Tigers have covered 3 straight and 6 of their last 8. It's also not easy to beat the same team 3 straight times in a season. Our team pick is Princeton plus 3 points. Tosin Ebuamwin scored 21 points and dished out 4 assists, while Carden Pierce added 14 points and 12 boards to lead Princeton over Penn on Saturday in the Ivy League semifinals 77-70 as a 2-point favorite at home. The Quakers came into this game having won 8 straight games, but the Tigers were able to control the boards, plus 8. Princeton shot 45% from the field and 9 of 24 from beyond the arc. It's not easy waking up for an 11-a tip-off, but Yale was the fresher and better team in their 80-60 trouncing of Cornell on Saturday morning from Jadwin Gymnasium. John Paulikitas led the way with 25 points and 7 boards with 5 assists, while August Mahoney chipped in with 18 points on 6 of 9 shooting to lead Yale to the 20-point victory. The Bulldogs shot 48% from the field and 10 of 16, 62% from long range. They also held the Big Red to just 33% shooting and 8 of 30, 27% from long range. Our total pick is over. Texas A&M vs Alabama. While the Aggies are red hot coming into this game with wins in 10 of 11 games, the Crimson Tide look to be playing like they were in running roughshod over the SEC and earning the nation's number 1 overall ranking for several weeks. Alabama has gone 2-0 Austrian shillings in the 2 wins in the SEC tournament, and the team's defense looks to be in top form. Each of the first 2 teams has shot well under 40% from the field, and Miller looks like the player that looked to be the favorite for Player of the Year for much of the season. The Aggies held Alabama in check in the season finale, but their season numbers don't match that. A&M was just 11th in the second scoring defense and 8th in the opponent's field goal percentage. Alabama is also the number 1 rebounding team in the SEC and has been active on the glass in the tournament. Revenge is a good motivation as well, so I expect the Crimson Tide to exact revenge in this matchup. Take Alabama minus 4 points. Texas A&M is averaging 68.8 possessions per game, and that is going to slow the pace of the game down as Alabama is looking for fast breaks and quickly moving up the floor. Both defenses are also some of the best in collegiate basketball, as the Aggies are 14th with a 40.1 field goal percentage against, while the Crimson Tide is 3rd with an opposing field goal percentage of just 37.5%. The under has hit in 10 of the previous 13 Aggies games against teams with a winning record, as well as in 7 of the last 8 Crimson Tide games, following an Austrian shillings win, so go with the under here. Our total pick is under 145.5 points. Dayton vs VCU. The Atlantic 10 championship game will also be a rubber match between Dayton and VCU. The Rams edged the Flyers 63-62 back on January 13th, and Dayton bounced back with a 62-58 victory a month later, on February 7th. From a gambling standpoint, I have to side with the Flyers plus the points in this one. As you can see, they would have covered each of these 2 games with the current line. And, with how evenly matched these squads are, I have to think the Flyers will be able to keep it inside of 1 possession. In terms of style of play, I love the duo of Darren Holmes 2, 18.0 ppg, and Tamani Kamara, 13.8 ppg, down low. In what's expected to be a defensive battle, look for the backcourt to feed these big men to try and get highly effective shots throughout the day. All things considered, I'm expecting Dayton to cover. Our team pick is Dayton Flyers plus 2.5 points. As I was alluding to, I think we're in for a defensive showdown on Sunday afternoon. These are two of the better defenses in the country, with VCU being 17th in defensive efficiency, 94.2 points allowed per 100 possessions, while Dayton is 56th, 98.3. In terms of defensive shooting, Dayton is limiting the opposition to just a 39.0% field goal rate, 6th, while VCU sits at 41.5%, 44th. To put into perspective just how good the Flyers are on defensive, only 12 teams in the whole country are keeping the opposition under a 40.0% field goal rate. The other notable stat is the pace. Dayton is one of the slowest teams in the nation, using just 62.6 possessions per 40 minutes, 352nd. With an automatic bid to the big dance on the line, I expect these defenses to batten down the hatches and play to their best abilities. Let's ride with the under in this one. Memphis vs Houston. Houston was the straight-up winner of both games during the regular season, but Memphis won both ATS. Their last meeting, exactly 1 week ago, came down to a buzzer beater. In their first meeting, just 21 days ago, the Tigers had the Cougars lead down to 5 with under 2:30 to play. This matchup is very much oil and water, with Memphis's offense being the oil unable to truly break the water of Houston's defense. This time, however, the Tigers come into this game playing some of their best basketball on the offensive end, averaging 87.5 points in their 2 tournament games. The Memphis defense has also been solid in the tourney, allowing an average of 65 points per game. Houston's tournament run has been equally dominant, with their trademark defense making it nearly impossible to do anything. They've allowed just 47 points per game in the tournament, but have scored just 64.9 per game. The Cougars have been held in the 60s in their last 3 games, the only time all season they've had a 3-game stretch with scoring so low. I do believe this will be one for the books. Houston is looking for a 3rd straight title. Memphis wants to make a monster statement going into the NCAA tournament. The Tigers are 9-1 at TS in their last 10 meetings with Houston. Take the Tigers plus 6.5 points. In their last outing, the two combined to score 132 points, while their first matchup brought a total of 136 points. Combined over their last 5 apiece, they have averaged 150.4 points per game. I think our answer lies somewhere in the middle. The Memphis offense is on fire and was absolutely flying on Saturday. They rank 17th in KenPom's tempo ratings, and they showed what can happen when they take over. Saturday was the 5th time they've scored in the 90s this season, and 3 of those have come in their last 13 games. The Tigers have also scored 81 or more in 9 of their last 15 games. The Cougars are due to put some points on the board after not reaching 70 in 3 straight games. Prior to that run, they scored in the 80s in 5 of 7 games. Despite their defensive personality, Houston can score in bunches too. These two schools have had a combined 32 of their games go over this season. The over is 6-0 in Memphis's last 6 following a win of 20 or more points. Our total pick is over 137.5 points. Penn State vs Purdue. Purdue comes into the championship game as one of the top teams in the nation. Penn State has been on a heater as they have won 5 straight games entering Sunday's championship game. But the firepower of the Purdue offense will be too much to handle on Sunday afternoon. Led by Edey, Penn State does not have the skill to defend the interior paint. The Nittany Lions can shoot the ball well enough, but they will not be able to get stops against Penn State. Purdue has the 7th best adjusted offense according to KenPom. This will be the best offense that Penn State has faced this year, and they will not be able to slow them down. Take Purdue to cover 6 points or less. These two teams love to play at a slow pace with high ball screens, emphasis on scoring late in the shot clock. The Nittany Lions are ranked 323rd in adjusted tempo by KenPom, and Purdue is ranked 328th in the same category. Take the under in this game as possessions will be drawn to a minimum in the championship game. Take the under 140 points.